Hello everybody, name's Jitter and welcome to Disturbed, an indie game, horror one. And everything I know about this game is that it's good. And well, minding the intro, I'm down with the sickness. In the process of 2 hours, I went from feeling Monday-ish to straight up sick. So, well, it kinda combines well. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. So let's start already. Another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt and your cow is sick. Well, that's not good. For some time the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you? You've made up your mind. You are going to do something about it. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Is that a point-and-click adventure game? As well? I love those. I am a huge fan of all those Flash point-and-click games. Like, I know the Rusty Lake series. Those are really great. They maybe not the horror, but unsettling for sure. Pondering what to... Let's go to the shed. You attempt to open the shed door, but the door won't budge. You remember locking it some time ago, but you can't remember what you did with the key. Oh yes, let's check the crops. If we could actually find something useful out there. A path divides the crops you have labored so hard to prosper these past months. A penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away and time is running short. Well, let's follow the path. Let's be consequent about things. You continue down the trail for a while until you see the cave off in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be something helpful in there. Well, go into the cave. Ow, I head bumped my microphone. And... no, the cave is empty for now. There is a faint whistle coming from the wind passing between the rocks. The temperature significantly cools as you enter the cave. You notice that there is a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deathly blight found outside. God damn it, I'm mumbling. Meds, please work. Let's go further down the nest. Great album. Hello, bear. Before you take next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. You realize that you have made a terrible mistake and thinking that there's something helpful can be in here. Well, run away? The moment you turn to run, the bear roars with a deep growl, shaking the loose stones about the cave. All you can think about is making it back home in one piece. Well, you make it to the trail, then the bear catches you up with you, tackling you to the ground. You scream in pain as the bear rips you apart. That was a quick journey. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. My name was Jitter, you're awesome. No, we try again. My adventure ends here, but that's the first stop. Start the game. I've got an achievement. Yep, I know that already. Alright, now we go to the house now. Entering the house, you feel a subtle uneasiness, as if the growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to just lay in bed and wish that your problems will just go away. That was my way for a few years. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. Let's read the journal. I want to know something more about it. Dear Journal, another usual day on the farm. The crops are growing with good health. Well, Bethany is also doing quite well. Never disappointed with the milk she provides. Ah, she's the cow. Cow Bethany. Alright. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. Well, today, unfortunate day, somebody broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden. The equipment, well, I put a lock on the door and hit the key. No, well, if only I remembered where I put it, so that would be great. Probably in the chest, but what do I know? Dear journal, walk on foul smell. Foul smell. Really bad. I took a step outside to see what could I find, but I found nothing after searching about the farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should make a trip into the city to see what this is about. Probably I should. Open chest. Nothing more than a pile of papers. I have less valuables than I anticipated. I closed the chest. Well, let's try laying in bed. You lay in your bed and fall asleep to the light sound of wind blowing outside against the grass. You begin to hear whispers and chants, but you can't make anything of it. An image appears before you, a stone glowing as if it were alive. The chants get louder as your vision grows into more detail. You reach toward the stone with your hand. As your finger makes contact, a clash of thunder rattles around you. Your clothing and skin start to flake away. Like dust in the wind, the particles flow into the stone, sapping the life from your body. You feel pain you have never experienced before, and fear begins to flood over you. You suddenly see yourself lying in bed, never to wake up again. So, you see, never run from problems by laying in your bed, because you'll be dead. Let's start over. Yep, another dull day, no bed. So, I should, if I go to the house for the first time, and then go back outside, no, we need to actually go to the crops, then just let's try to go to the pen, then no, let's go straight. No cave, continue down the path. You come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. Inspect the wagon. You look about the mess, and I find bits of food, cloth. Key on the ground during my search. Yep, that's my key. After what felt like an hour or two, you reach a bridge. Nearby the path is a small shack similar to the house you have on the farm. The man that lives here is a kind of a fellow from what you recall. Maybe he's home. Inspect the shack. He's a serial killer and he will just jump out through the window with an axe or a chainsaw and just rip me apart worse than a bear. Yes, I knock the door. I scratch the back of my head, figuring the person that lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. You remember picking up a key from the wagon and on the door. Door unlocks. I thought that this was a key for the, my shack over there. I'll help myself in. Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You are overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Let's inspect the book on the table. I pick the book and start to flip through the pages. I discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What I am thrilled most about, however, is what one of my buddies mentioned to me as the conclusion of our day. Apparently there is a pond nearby that has some of the biggest fish in the region. With a good catch I can make enough to move things forward. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch any from there. I guess your typical fishing rod won't do the trick, but what can be done about it then? Something to be intrigued about, I suppose. These past couple weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business whatever. He's leaving this place forever, never to return. Land is dying. Well, chills down my spine. Well, either he's dead in the trapdoor, or we check all. We leave no stones unturned, so You observe the trapdoor and notice a lock keeping it closed. With the key, unlock the hatch and get it open. Without thinking, you travel downward. That's not good. Ow! Walking down the steps leading below, the arrow attacks your body with piercing cold. You notice immediately that there is a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surround you as you stay in this awful place. You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. You there, let me out of here. The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up to begin with? You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Something brought you here. Please have mercy on me. That's free air. I'll probably die, but I'm kinda used to it. You approach the woman and unlock the shackles that bind her. As her arms become free, she moans in pain. Oh, thank you so much. The woman struggles to regain her strength, but starts to stand up on her own. As she gets up, she turns towards you. I will now do you a favor. What seems to be the face of a helpless woman disappears as a horrible image manifests itself before you. You feel the chilling grip of bone hands lock onto your arms. Energy flees from your body and you fall to your knees. You feel the essence of your life slip away as everything goes black. It is unfortunate that your journey ends here. Come on. Another try. Yeah, I know, my cow is sick, so we don't go down. Well, we can open, but we do not talk to the woman. So the only way I can go, let's travel to the pen this time. A toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. Your poor cow lays lifeless on the ground as a growing blight slowly begins to consume her body. You feel sick to your stomach as you stand here, especially as you stare at the black mushrooms that dot the ground. You inspect the water, looking for anything abnormal. You notice that the water has a dark consistency to it. Dropping a stone into it, black particles from the bottom swirl about like a thunderstorm. Your face shrivels in disgust. Let's grab a mushroom. You kneel down. I'll die. You kneel down and grab a mushroom. As you begin to rip it out of the ground, a cloud of spores spray from the mushroom. Your hands begin to burn and melt you as you observe them. Slowly, your body shrivels up into a dark, moist consistency as the poison spreads. You die, eventually, after crawling about on the ground. Your adventure ends here. Those are some serious shrooms. That's what the achievement is named. Alright, not going to the pens, we just go straight up the path. Just... Yep, we go to the crops. I need to water my mouth a little bit, that's why I'm mumbling. Second, we follow the path. No enterino de caverino. Continue down the path. Well, I will try to inspect the wagon one more time. Let's take the key. Inspect the shack. Well, we can always go back from there. We inspect the trapdoor. We leave the shack. Now we cross the bridge. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that has happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. Oh, that's not good. You find a spot under a tree and sit down, getting comfortable. You tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. Then there will be a coconut falling, and he will break my skull. Taking a nap will kill me probably, but let's check that. Ow. I remember what happened last time when I slept. Your eyes close, my body relaxes, I fall asleep within seconds. My mind wanders, blurry image, details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be, but feeling then overcomes you and you realize who it is. You try to wake yourself up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay here. Moving forward seems like the only logical option now. I didn't die. Probably the option with picking grass would make me dead. You reach a point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way should you go? We go left. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up towards a nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would have never noticed. Which way should you go? Let's follow the trail in the grass. Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. Inspect the grave. You approach the grave, you look at the sword with intrigue. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. The sword, may I have it? The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire this sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Well, if I heard that, I would just go like, no thanks, thank you. Just stay there. Fool! Only something of a pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in the darkness. Let's still grab it. You reach for the sword. The spirit grabs your arm. Well, he's a spirit. You should just... oh, whatever. Sharp pain. A cursed blade. Alright, let's have like 2 more approaches. And I know where to go in the first place. Let's follow the path. Let's continue. Let's try to continue on. Ah, that's here. Alright, we cross the bridge. Let's... that doesn't count. I need to check if picking the grass... as you pick at the grass blades in your reach, the ground begins to shake. Before you can get up, roots from below sprout from the ground and wrap around your legs. Oh, he's so angry. My jaw drops in horror. His jaws drops, reveals the teeth, and then the teeth just go like that. I believe my adventure stopped there. There, I have no luck with the correct path. We continue. We just go straight. Go straight. Continue. It doesn't matter. Not interesting. Cross the bridge. Not interesting. Let's take a nap. I live. Now we try to go left, then continue by the... continue on. You pause to see that there is a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. Let's inspect the lake. As far as the experience goes, inspecting things leads to no good. You step near the lake and look down into it. Orb of some sort, yep. Something strange about it, calling to me. We dive in. You close your eyes and jump into the lake. You open your eyes to see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way toward it. A large fish comes into view. It quickly notices you and you with its mouth stretched open. You try to leap for the surface, but the fish catches up to you. You quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. Don't need a fishing permit. Well, the achievements are named very creatively in this game. Let's just go the left path. And then just onwards. We continue down the path. We continue on. We go just straight and straight and straight. If I die now, I will finish this episode and I will continue it later. Because I see there's more things to check than I probably have time for. So let's click through. We go left. We go past the grave. follow the trail in the grass, yes. We continue on, now stepping into the lake. We continue along the trail, the Stonehenge. The faint trail comes to an end. There is a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Let's try to explore the field. You find yourself gazing over a grass field with hills rolling off into the distance. Unicorn? As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely the unique powers of a unicorn can help you with your quest, but there is clearly something wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. The faint trail comes to an end. There is a collection of stone pillars. Yep. Let's inspect the stone pillars. You stand before the large stones arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center there is a stone with what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it. Something is meant to be placed there. Wait, if there's actually any way to collect all those items? I'm really missing something over here, I believe. Seeing that you head back, so now there's whatever. Back to the grave. Go back, we continue down the path. Oh, there's a well. There's a stone well near the path. Inspect the well. You peer down the well. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there's a coin resting against the wall of a well. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. Let's grab it. Lean over the edge of the well. There is no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down along the inner wall of the well. That's not safe. You take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and fall, tumbling about. Your body clashes against the stone walls. With a single knock on the head, you lose all consciousness of your accident. With a splash, you fall into the water. Your body sinks effortlessly and you drown without realizing it. Your adventure ends here. The achievement is named Oh Shiny. Alright, so that would be it for this part of Disturbed. Well, what it reminds me is that old times like games of this type, when you just make decisions, click-based or text RPGs, well, that was a long time ago. It's pretty well made, actually. I wonder how the story resolves. So, well, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked it, then you can always leave a like or comment or even consider subscribing. And well, my name was Jitter, and you're awesome.